This one is different. This is straight from my AWS Practitioner class, where students are asking the type of question that shows up on the certification exam. Watch this. All right, so cloud concept. Okay, question is, okay, I'll let you look at it also yourself. Which of these is not one of the 6 advantages of cloud computing? That's why I say you might want to test out, because I don't know what else it could ask you. So which one of these guys, based on what we've talked about so far, that wouldn't be one of the 6 advantages that cloud offers? Any guess? So let's see, stop guessing. Now, that is one. Trade capital expense for variable, that is one. Amazon offered that. Guarantee 100% uptime, I don't think that's one. Go global in a minute, that is one. So 100% uptime, Amazon, AWS do not give you no one. The most they give you is 11.9. So this can't be one. All right, real quick. Okay, company logs in to use a vendor, fully managed email app, and manages nothing underneath. Okay, so he logs in and he uses some type of email app, but he doesn't manage anything else underneath. Okay, I think I know what we're talking about. Okay, which model? So if I looked over here, if he's logging into email, don't have to manage anything. Infrastructure as a server, you got to manage something. You got to manage your operating system, whatever the case is. Platform as a service, same thing. You got to do some work there. On-premise, that's completely out. If I had to guess what they're talking about here, and it'd be a guess, I'm thinking software as a service. Is what I'm thinking. What do you think?
Yeah, software as a service.
That's what I'm thinking, same thing. All right, which deployment model links an on-premise data center with AWS resources? Which deployment model links an on-premise data center with AWS resources? Would it be, I think I might know what he's talking about. So cloud, hybrid, on-premise, multi-AZ. So it's talking about making this guy, linking it to AWS, linking your private system over to AWS on-premise. I don't think cloud, that's just too vague. I don't think cloud is it. Hybrid, I kind of like that, but I put check mark beside him. On-premise, no, I don't think. Let me see this again. Deployment model links an on-premise data center, on-premise. I could maybe, who knows?
No.
I don't think so, but multi-availability. Somebody said something?
It's hybrid, Professor.
I think it's hybrid. I think AZ is out. I think cloud and AZ is completely thrown out. Could it be talking about something that I'm not seeing here? Could be, but I would probably put my money on hybrid. I'm thinking, let's see. Hybrid.
Yeah, because it deals with the combination on the premises.
Combination of the premises, yeah. Because it's talking about linking an on-premise data center with your AWS resources. So in other words, both of them are still live. Now, if they had in here direct connect, it would have throw everything off then because, but I guess that's why they didn't put it in there. Okay. In the AWS Cloud Adoption, that's what that AF, which I was trying to think of a minute ago, Cloud Adoption Framework. When I saw CAF, I'm like, what does that stand for? That's Cloud Adoption. In the AWS CAF, which perspective cover staffing, training, and change management? Covers staffing and then training, covered staffing and training. Okay, and change management.
Your bones are right there, Professor.
Tell me about the bones. What do you think?
The bones are covering staff. So we know covering staff, training, and change management. We know a platform can't do it. We know operations can't do it. A business can't do it. So people are the ones that
this
do
girl,
it.
you fired up tonight. Huh? Okay, let's see it this right. You go ahead on now. Okay, I had to look at that twice. Developers launches an EC2 instance and is responsible for patching the operating system. Developer launches an instance, and for patching option, which one? Okay, this should be pretty easy. He launches an instance, and he's responsible for patching his own operating system. So which service is this? Infrastructure, platform, software, and FA. I don't know what that is. So he has to create his own instance, and he's responsible for patching his operating system. So infrastructure as a service, I do have to manage, because they're just giving me just the shell. I do have to manage my own OS. Platform as a service, some platform, you don't have to manage the OS. You just have to bring some other things, some of them. Software as a service, we know that's not the case. So because software, if it's software, you wouldn't even have to launch an instance. You don't do any kind of patching on what you call the other guy. I don't know what he is. So between infrastructure, what do I do in infrastructure? What do I do in platform? What do they give me in infrastructure? What do they give me in platform? I have here now a platform. This is not an infrastructure where I'm sitting. It's a platform because everything is here. If someone wanted to use this here, all they need to bring is just their PowerPoints or whatever, because the camera is here, the microphone is here, the operating system here, and maybe I just gave it away. Maybe. I'm thinking infrastructure. What are you thinking?
It's infrastructure.
I'm thinking infrastructure myself, because everything else is, if they provide you a platform, everything is there except for what you're going to be presenting. You're the presenter.
Professor, question about the infrastructure. Doesn't the infrastructure also supports like the guest like operating systems too?
Now, when you talk about infrastructure, what I've, from my time in this field is that I'm supposed to be going to Maryland conference in October, and I'm going to be talking about AI. Now, that's a whole different infrastructure.
Okay.
Because that's really an infrastructure, but all I have to really bring is just my material.
Okay.
So it's a different venue. It's a much larger venue, but they still say, now I don't have to bring any chairs, all that's out there, but it's still, that's not really considered as a platform, but it is a platform. But because of the type of venue it is, it's really an infrastructure. But it's the kind of infrastructure where all of the presenters, as long as you bring your material, everything else is provided for you. So it just depends on, I think, what you're working with. But what you're saying is true, yeah. As far you just said about the guest operating system.
Yeah.
Okay, when you say guest operating system, are you saying that what? Make sure I understand this.
So you know how in the operating systems, how you create your profile, you have your profile, and then you always have the guest profile. Say for if somebody wanted to log in as a guest on your operating system.
Okay.
If you see what I'm following.
Yeah. In that case, yes.
Okay.
Because really, like in that case, that's what PGCC does now.
Right.
What we just really got through saying, it provides the operating system. When you log into PGCC Guest or PGCC Air, it's really providing what we got is a wireless access point.
Right.
So yeah, your answer is yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we're done with that one. That was module 1. Let's flip over here to module 2. All right, so 2 is talking about the economy of, well, no, it's not economy. Oh, yeah, it's cloud economy, and so on. Let's do these 4 or 5 questions here. Which billing tool gives the most granular line item breakdown of your AWS usage? Which billing tool give you of your AWS breakdown, give you the most breakdown? Cost Explorer, budget, usage, calculation? I want to say calculation is out. I want to say that. I think he's out. Cost and usage report. I need an inline breakdown of my AWS usage. I don't think that cost and usage report, I don't think that's going to give me that. I'm not sure. I'm guessing between Cost Explorer and budget. It wants to know which billing tool gives me the most granular line item breakdown. Line item breakdown. Cost Explorer gives you a breakdown because it's giving you like what it's going to cost you to go from on-premise to AWS. Budget budget, I don't think budget, I'm not feeling budget. And I'm looking at this cost and user report. Now, cost and user report is that like if I'm running Cloud Trail and I need to just see what I have ran for today or ran for the month, that's just a report and calculation is out. Well, is calculation out? May not be. I'm gonna jump
No,
for
no,
you.
no, no, don't
Don't get rid of it.
no, you about to click on clap
I'm about to mess up something.
no, no, it's actually cost and usage report, Professor. Because
Cost and user report, huh?
yeah,
Okay.
reason why, because the cost and usage report is more of a detailed, uh,
Okay.
analyzed report that does more of the breakdown.
Okay. So in order to get that line by line item, I need a
Yeah,
cost and user report, you're saying.
yeah, because when you look at, okay, so I'm gonna I'll give you my reason why I'm picking cost
Okay.
and usage report. So cost and usage report is more of a detailed report that give you a more analyzed breakdown of everything.
Okay. Okay.
Or cost explorer, it only give you like the analysis or the virtualization of
Okay.
um like it give you like some of a breakdown, but not detailed.
Not line by line breakdown.
No, and then
Okay.
your pricing calculator is mainly for like they said in one of the module videos,
Yeah.
like more of your future costs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then your AWS budget is more for like getting alerts and notifications that you
Okay.
set up to get
Okay.
notified for, like, for example, like how you can go on your bank account and get alerts for when you
Right.
get low in your account or you getting a
Okay. Okay.
deposit in your account. So that's what
Budget.
uh,
So
um
could budget be like I say I don't want to spend but $20 a day and set that and then get an alert?
So
Okay.
it's like, for instance, let's say you put $20 in your
Oops.
account and then
Okay.
something like a bill or something came out and the bill was 45.
Get
So
overdraft, huh?
you'll get an overdraft alert saying, hey,
Okay.
your account is overdraft by a negative $25.
Okay. All right. Let's go with this one. You said it's costing me what's called?
Yeah.
You just saved me. Cause I was leaning toward Cost Explorer.
No,
I was, that's
cost
what I was leaning at.
cost explorer, it the only thing with cost explorer, like if it had something in there saying like analysis or
Okay. Okay.
visualization, then it would have been between cost explorer or cost and usage report.
I'm following you. I'm following you. I'm
So,
following you. Okay.
the biggest breakdown in that question, when it gives the line item breakdown, that was the key point
Okay.
of what the definition in one of the modules had broke down about the cost and usage report.
Well, I can tell you've been through the AWS side. Very good. Because I was about to jump on that Cost Explorer. I was about to jump all on him. Okay, what is the key benefit of, we got this, key benefit of consolidating bills in the organization, all that. So what is the benefit of it? So AWS said, if you consolidate, I will give you a holiday. So what do you think? Could it be separate the invoice? That's the reason for consolidating. Combine usage, unlock volume discount, free enterprise, or automatic reserve. Well, you may want to save them again. I'm thinking combine uses and unlock some discounts here, what I'm thinking.
Okay, yeah, you would, yeah, that's what I was going
I'm on
to.
the right trail here?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually what I was going to say to choose because when you look at when it says combined usage unlocks volume
Mm-hmm.
discounts, when it talks about the benefits of consolidating,
Yeah.
when you think about consolidating, you condensing, you downsizing, you are trying to put everything basically into one thing.
Okay. And
Like,
AWS is going to reward you for doing it.
yes, it's just like debt consolidation. What everybody do, they get all their debt, put it in one
Okay.
consolidation to make
Okay.
the one payment. So you
Okay.
have to look at when it says the consolidation billing,
Mm-hmm.
that's what gave me the green light of the combined use
Okay.
unlock
Yeah.
volume discounts.
Yeah, we're on the same page with this one. Okay, I agree. All right, what we got here? Which of the following is generally free in AWS pricing? Is anything free in AWS? Let's see, anything free here? Transfer out, data in, EC2, what's called? Well, I know for a fact that, like we said, the car garage, I can get in free. I can't get out free. So coming out is not going to be free, I don't think. But coming in just may be free. Uh, compute hours, that's not free. Storage is not free. It's cheap, but it's not free. So my best guess is going out. Well, what did I say a minute ago? Coming in is free. Coming
Oh
in is free.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
going out is not free.
yeah.
So
Going.
if I bring some things in an application, I'm processing it, doing auto scaling, all of this. AWS will let me bring my code in, run it, and everything else. But before I get it, I got to pay for the resources that I use. So that's coming out. That's my guess.
No, 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 no.
No,
It's data transfer in, Professor.
where you see that
It's data transfer into
data
a
transfer in?
because because data transfer in is normally and generally free through AWS.
Well, no. What did it say? Uh, oh yeah, it said free. Oh man, what am I talking
Yeah,
about?
you about to data
I
out.
missed something altogether. Free. You're right. Coming in is free. I'm thinking about this thing read some other kind of way. You're right. You're
No,
right.
data out. They basically
You got to
charge
pay
you
going out. You're right.
in, and
It
then
said generally free. Yeah, free is coming in.
yeah,
Come on
ooh,
in, everybody. Come on in, but you won't get out of here.
you,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
ooh,
free coming in is free with AWS. Okay, customer need a dedicated technical account manager at the lowest cost, and that include which ones? Okay, technical account manager at the lowest cost. Oh, I think I might know what he's talking about. When we talked a minute ago about the enterprise, you get 24/7 service.
yeah,
So these are different service plans here. And which one of these is the lowest cost? Because the lowest cost is going to get you the lowest service as well.
yeah,
So
that's town.
yeah, I don't think business is going to be lowest, not business. I know enterprise is not lowest, not the lowest cost plan. No. Basic could be lowest.
No, basic don't have town.
Okay. Basic don't have no time at all.
They don't have no
So
town.
okay,
Basic don't have
so if I
town.
got a basic account, they're not even gonna deal with me.
No.
I don't get anything.
Mm-mm.
So what you talking about developers then?
Nope. Developer don't have time neither.
Developer don't have no time either.
Mm-mm.
So you talking about business then?
Nope. Business is not dedicated to time.
Okay, so enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
Let me read this again.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You saying TAM, technical account manager?
Yeah, that's how went.
Uh,
That's how I remember from the module.
okay, you know what? I didn't even think of the acronym TAM. Technical. Let me read this again.
Read it again,
Customer
Professor.
customer need a dedicated TAM at the lowest cost plan. And TAM is technical account manager, which is the wait a minute, hold on now. TAM at the lowest cost plan that includes because TAM want to give you 24/7, doesn't it?
I'm not gonna say professor because you know you the master. But okay, I'll bail you out. So as you
Bail
know,
me out. I
as
have no
you
problem
know,
with you bailing me out.
okay. So I'm gonna break it down.
Break it on down to
I
me.
get. I hopefully it's helpful for the other classmates.
Lowest cost. Now, I'm looking at
I
lowest
try to
cost
be.
now. I'm
I
looking at lowest cost.
try to be simple as possible.
Okay.
So reason why it's not business, not developer, it's not basic because
Okay.
they either not dedicated to TAM or they don't have TAM.
Okay.
Enterprise, like you were saying earlier about enterprise, yes, you was right. Enterprise is the lowest cost plan.
Okay.
You actually told us the answer earlier when you had mentioned enterprise.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm looking at one thing now where it says dedicated.
Yes, and
I'm remembering
enterprise
something now.
enterprise on ramp is considered dedicated to
Yeah.
them because of it being, the lowest cost for plan. And AWS have their own like support plans for the TAM, like different TAM services for the consumer.
You know what's throwing me here? I know TAM is a dedicated service, but what's really throwing me where it said lowest cost,
Right.
that's throwing me. It's still throwing me.
But you but, but you think about enterprise, like
Yeah,
okay, remember when Windows used to have all the different
I
uh
remember.
like you either had home, student,
Okay.
professional, business. So, each one had its own limitation
Yep.
and
Yep.
access and privileges that user has.
Okay.
So you gotta look at when you look at TAM, you gotta look at is it, I guess you say, is it gonna be dedicated to the user or not?
Yeah.
If it makes
Dedicated is a word that's sticking with me now. I think the only thing is dedicated is a TAM, I
hmm.
believe. It's just that the lowest cost keep throwing me. Okay, let's go with enterprise then. Here we go. Thank you. because, because I just knew that lowest cost.
And
Because this is the highest
at the
one.
bottom, and you
Yeah,
see
see,
at the
yeah, yeah,
bottom it
yeah,
gives
see,
you
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
See, this one was one of them. If I was, well, naturally, if I was going to test for a cert, I would be doing what you're doing. I can tell you on that AWS side, and you getting all those other things. And right now, I'm pulling from 3 years ago, because until 3 years, I take my certification again. But dedicated, there is one only dedicated TAM, but lowest cost was throwing me. I would have just any, meeny, miny, mo this one, unless I had done some studying, of course. Yeah, I
No,
would.
I mean, when in a module, in the video, how they was breaking it down,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was kind of like you had
yeah,
to like break it down
yeah,
some more to actually understand how
yeah.
is it dedicated and how is it not dedicated.
The videos give you a lot more information than the modules we going through. Yeah, the videos is great. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. That's good stuff.
so that's how, I see what you were saying about the word dedicated just
Yeah,
with like just sticking out and nothing else stuck out. But
yeah.
what the number one key word was the lowest cost plan.
Lowest cost. Yeah,
That's what, and the first thing I was like, okay, think of lowest cost, you either think of what business,
business or developers or something or
business
whatever for
is
lowest
like,
cost.
you
Yeah,
gotta think business ain't gonna have a plan because if a business is more of a corporation,
yeah.
and then
Okay,
the developer you gotta look at as the person that's creating.
okay,
And then the basic you gotta look at it as just the foundation,
okay,
like bare bone, you know. But when you look at the enterprise side, you look at, okay, this is something that is able to provide and handle the load. It's user friendly, budget wise. So
okay,
that's
okay.
why I like circled around with enterprise.
You are on the road to certification. Because I would have guessed that one. Well, like I said, I would have had to study if I was going to take the cert. But looking at this here, lowest cost flipped me completely. Which which two estimate the cost of a plan architect before you build it? Okay, before I build it, who's going to help me over here? Cost explore, pricing, budget, usage report. Okay, I need an estimate of what this is going to cost me, what the architect is going to cost me to build this thing before I start building. So, before I start building, I need something that's going to give me kind of like we talked about earlier, that line for line item thing, or tell me like, okay, you're running 3 servers over here, and would you be running the same thing on an AWS side? Planning the architect part of it. What do I need do I need to set up something for Beanstalk, or can I run Lambda? What's the architect here, and which one of these would help me do this? I'm seeking I do it.
Okay, Professor, I'm gonna help you
Help
process
me, help
eliminate.
me.
I'm gonna help you process eliminate one
Okay.
and see if
See, can I
you
get the other one?
yeah. So I'm gonna take out one for you
All
already,
right, take me out one.
and it's probably you probably gonna be like, darn it, I was gonna go on that. So I'm gonna tell you, it's not cost and usage report. I can tell you that it's
So it's
not.
not cost and usage, huh?
Uh-uh.
Okay.
So
Okay. So that one's out.
now you can process eliminate from the other three because I took out the main one that you probably gonna lean on. That's
Okay.
on the other question earlier. So
Okay.
now you can break down and see which one is. I almost slipped up and said the answer. Which one is which?
You can say the answer.
I mean,
You can
it's.
say the
I mean,
answer.
okay. So if you want me to break it down,
Break it on. Tell me,
okay, I'll
tell
break
me
it.
the answer.
Okay, I'll break it down again. So
Okay.
the actual answer is AWS pricing calculator.
Pricing calculator. Okay.
Okay, because the AWS pricing calculator gives you and helps you with making your estimates,
Give you
create
an estimate. Yeah.
estimates before you make any kind of like plans to
Okay.
like action and execute it.
This is a planning architect, so I need this calculator here to kind of help me.
You probably was leaning on the budget, but if the
Hmm.
budget it only sets up like certain
I wouldn't lean on budget because that would be more I want to set a budget up so when I
yeah
reach this budget it gives me an alert. So
yeah
that one I wouldn't have. Now some of
yeah.
the rest of them I probably would have, but
Now
that one
the
would have been
cost
out for me.
now the cost explorer probably would have been on something you would have leaned on,
I would have leaned on that one.
but
Lean on me.
that's something that's mostly that only relies on like the analyzation of the spend.
Okay. Okay. Cost Explorer, I probably, maybe I would have eliminated that since it's talking about planning architecture.
Mm,
And Explorer, I'm thinking Explorer is not for planning. I'm
mm,
already in
mm-hmm.
for planning. So pricing calculator makes sense. All right, so I'm gonna go with your deal. Hey, thank you. Okay. All right, 2 down. All right, let's see here. The third one is global infrastructure. Okay. All right, so question is, what best describe an availability zone? So what is availability zone? Single edge, one or more, global, a billion. So an availability zone would be, let's see here, single edge cache. Nope, not a single edge cache. He's out. Global cloud distribution network, distributed network node. Okay. A billion boundary availability zone. I don't think so. A single edge cache, one or more discrete data center within a region. I like that one for availability zone.
Yep,
I
that's the one.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got your back, and that's the one. Then okay, because I tell me when I'm wrong. All right, to reduce latency for users streaming content worldwide, which should you use? Well, let's see here. I want to get the best latency, so I need to be close. I think is what it's saying. To reduce latency. To reduce latency as far as user, I'm going to get. Let me do the elimination first. Direct connect wouldn't be it. Direct connect is going from on premises to the private. That's not gonna have anything to do with it. RDS read replication don't have anything to do with that because that's talking about what we talked earlier about. Replication and RDS don't even go together anyway. But if we drop a file into an S3 and get replicated across, or we can do cross-region replication. And based on what it's saying here, they need to help latency streaming, so that wouldn't be. But edge location would be my best guess here. I'm trying to reduce latency. So I want to get as close as I can, hopefully, and knock on my door. So I'm thinking edge location. Help me out there.
Yep, edge location.
Yeah, I think edge locations called multiple availabilities are, yeah. That this would knock at my door as far as trying to get as close as it can to me. Okay, a company must keep its data inside a specific country for legal reason. Which region selection factor is this? Well, let's see. If I had to guess at this, featured availability don't have anything to do with that. Pricing don't have anything to do with that. Latency and proximity for legal reason don't have anything to do with that, to my guess. So my guess is going to be compliance and data governance that I'm thinking for legal reasons.
Yes.
That's my guess would be data. What do you think?
It's compliance.
I think so. Okay, so which statement about regions and AZs is true? So region and availability zone. Let's say each one of them guys can do this here. AZ and a region, physically isolated, edge location replace, region replicates. All right, for a region and AZ, each region has exactly one AZ. No, it does not. Region has multiple AZs. That one I do know. Availability zone in a region are physically isolated, but low latency, I don't think so. I don't like that one either, Link.
What? Which one?
I'm looking at this one right now, but I'm gonna keep going.
Keep that in your back pocket.
Let me put some money on that one. Okay, edge location replace availability zone. Edge location replaces availability zone. What's the question is? Statement about region is true. Edge location does not replace availability zone. That's out. Region replicate data to each other automatically. That's not automatically. I can do a cross-region replication, but it doesn't do it automatically. So if I do this process of elimination, each region has exactly one. That's out. That's out. 3 is out. So the only thing left, whether I agree with it or not, has to be B. Come on back up. Talk to me.
Roll the dice.
Roll them dice. I think we got a 7 here. Yeah. I know this is out. And this just probably, whether I knew the answer or not, this is not true. I know this is not true. I know that's not true. I can do cross-region replication, but it's not set up automatically. I have to set that up. Make that happen.
And plus, Professor, the regions replicate data. That's the one you just said.
Yeah.
They don't have low latency, right? At all.
Which one? This here?
Where it says regions replicate data to each other automatically.
Oh yeah, this one here. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
The one you just talked about, that
Right.
won't even have any latency, right?
No. Okay. Cross-region replication is for disaster recovery. So really, if I set up, I had that simulation yesterday. If I set up cross-region replication, I really just made my latency worse. Because what if I'm here in Northern Virginia and then I set up a cross-region replication in Frankfurt, Germany? I definitely didn't make it better for myself. So I made it worse. Yeah, I made it worse. Yeah. All right. So a new AWS service isn't offered in your closest region yet. Which selection factors matter most here? So it's not close to me yet. And so what do I need to do? Which selection, what matters to me then, since this service is not offered close to me yet? Okay, so features, pricing, compliance, and proximity. The service is not here. So what else matters to me? If the service is not here, feature and service availability, that I like that. Pricing is not going to, let's see, what matters to me now since the service is not here. Am I worried about pricing? Let me put that in my pocket. Compliance is out. Proximity. I like proximity, but it says it's not available in my area. So
It's not
what do I?
proximity. It's not
It's
proximity,
not proximity.
and it's
So
definitely not no pricing.
compliance, I know is out. I like price because since it's not
Um,
here,
it's
I
not
might want to say
pricing
it's not price. Feature and service availability, I like that one too.
because
I
you know
think,
we look at a professor compliance. Look, you talking about more security,
yeah, yeah,
pricing. You talking about more of like the plans.
yeah, yeah.
Proximity, you talk more of the nearby, like
Nearby.
so it has to be feature and
I'm
service
thinking features too.
availability.
Features and what type of service that's available. Yeah.
Yeah,
Since it's not in my area, then what
yeah,
features and service are you offering?
yeah.
As far as
It's
as
on
far
the
as it said,
area.
what matters at this point,
Yeah,
not so much as at this point, what matters here. It's not close to me anyway.
right.
So what matters to me? I would think then, okay, let me see what features are they offering. That would be my guess too.
Yeah.
All righty. All right, moving on. That was, let's go to 4 right quick. Did I just, oh, cloud security. Under the shared responsibility model, which task belongs to AWS? Which one of these guys belong to AWS? Let's see, patching. It don't say pick one or two or three. Patching the EC2 guest. AWS said, I am not patching your guest. That's your guest. You handle your physical security of the data center. Like put it in my back pocket. Okay, configure security groups. AWS say that's your VPC. You create your own groups. I'm not doing that. Manage your AIM user. He said, those are your users. You create them. So my big guess here would probably be the physical security of the data center itself for what AWS would be responsible for. He's not going to take care of your guests. He's not going to create your security group. He's not going to create your users. So my guess is this here. Better stop me. I'm going to push this button. Yeah, that's what I think it
Yeah, you
is.
right.
All
If I was
right.
saying that, professor, you right.
Okay, I'm gonna listen for that there if she said anything. Okay, what is the most secure way to grant an application on EC2 access to the S3 bucket? What the heck is talking about? All right, so I want to grant this application. I want to give it purpose or permission to access the S3 bucket. Okay. I can hardcore access the keys. I can attach an IAM user role instant. Let me think about this now. Role is I can give a one-time access with a role. Okay. I could use the root user credentials. No. I could put keys in EC2 user. No. Well, hold up. I could put keys in the EC2 user data. Let me put a check mark on that one. Okay. Hard
Mhm.
code.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't put a check mark
Hard
on
code access.
the keys and EC2. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you. Um, I'm gonna give you my reason why.
Okay.
Um, the EC, well, the EC2, um, basically is what insecure and it store certain keys on
EC2, yeah.
the EC2 user data on the EC2 data,
Yeah.
but it's not it's not one of the options because it's talking
Yeah.
about the S3 bucket.
Yeah. User root is out. I can tell you that now. The user root credential is out. You're talking about getting access to the bucket. What they're saying is you need to do something to grant this app. That's an application that I need to give access or permission to access the EC2, I mean, the E3 bucket. Now, here's one thing it's saying EC2 access. So
Mhm.
EC2 is in control here.
Mhm.
And what is it that EC2 can, do here with one of these guys to give access to this bucket over here? All right.
Name
So
roll.
game
Name
drum
roll.
drum beat. I'm going my best guess. I'm gonna give you one of my guess is that I think I can attach a IAM role and to give to an instance to give it access to this bucket. I believe I can because EC2 is in control here. Well, not really, but is really.
Well, you
I,
know that aim roll two professor just gives the user like temporary
yeah,
credentials.
yeah. The role give you a one-time temporary access to something.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm leaning towards the IAM role to give me access to this bucket. So something has got to give me permission to access this S3 bucket. So this is my best guess. What do you got?
I'm rolling with that one
You
too
gonna roll with me?
because I'm looking at also too, that's one of, AWS security practices
Yeah,
that
yeah,
practice too.
yeah.
So
So,
that I'm
all
leaning
right.
with that one too.
So I'm leaning on that one too. That's my lean. Okay, so which service filters malicious web requests such as SQL injection and access and all those kind of guys? I got to think about this one. Filters malicious web. Oh, I know what that is. I think I
That's
do.
pertaining to firewall.
Oh yeah. When I looked at the answer, I was like, oh, I think I know what this is. Now we didn't talk about guard duty. That might not come up at all. The Amazon inspector. There is an Amazon inspector, and we probably is going to mention it, but that kind of falls on like intrusion protection, intrusion, what's called
Yeah.
shield. Shield. There is a shield that does protect the instance. That is, but I don't think that's what this is talking about. I think this is saying malicious web requests. When we get back now, which service filtered malicious web? I'm thinking firewall here. I'm thinking the web application firewall. Even though it didn't say application,
Right.
but web requests. So I'm going to lean toward base guard duty is out, inspector is out. Shield don't necessarily have to be out, but I'm gonna kick him out anyway. So I'm
Well,
going.
Shield is a different protection
It
for the
is. Yeah,
service. I
it
can't
is.
I
Yeah,
can't
Shield is.
that service, but Shield, yeah, Shield would have fell under there, but it's for
Yeah,
a different service.
it's a different service. Yeah. So I'm going with web application firewall,
Yeah, it deals with SQL.
inspect and block the malicious application. Yeah. Because web application firewall, I was looking for the hope they would say the word application. When we start talking about security groups and all that, then you get into the web application firewall. That's a whole nother thing. Which is a recommended best practice for AWS account? Yeah, we know that one. When I first create an AWS account, what's the best practice that we do with that brand new account? Dun, 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 dun.
Well, you wouldn't share it across the team
Wouldn't
because
share it across the team.
you leaking confidential information.
It's a brand new account too.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
let me think. You would
Generate keys automatically?
no, you wouldn't.
No, you ain't generate no
That.
keys automatically. Not for best practice anyway.
No, it wouldn't be that. And it definitely wouldn't be a use for daily
Data
administration.
administration, okay.
So my lean is for process elimination is lock it away, enable the MFA, use only for limited tasks. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm with you. Yeah, because the least privileges, that's what it's really talking about, best practices. And I
Yeah,
think what you're saying here is that take the account, lock it down, put an MFA on it, and then
yeah,
whenever the user, even though it's not saying but so much, whenever the user have need for to do a task,
you
then
know,
give them
unlock it.
privilege at that point. So
Yeah,
I would be leaning towards this too. Let's see. Hey, we got it right. How about that? Most of the time, when you first create a root account, they want you to put an MFA on it anyway. So even though this is kind of a vague question,
mhm.
but this thing would take some studying because you go into an exam and you haven't studied this stuff, it's going to send you out of there running. Okay. So when can you download AWS compliance? Oh, where? I'm talking about when. Where can you download the compliance report? Yeah, we know what that is. There's a place that have all of these compliances that you can go in and make these what you call trusted advisor. We are going to mention it in passing. There's a trusted advisor, but he's more or less like that cost explorer. This guy gets out there and do like a penetration test to say, hey, I got something here. You might want to check this out. And he give you a report, say, here's some vulnerabilities here. You need to do some work there. That's trusted advisor. And as far as guard duty, he's config. We talked about config is that this is where all our system configuration is. So that's not where we pull compliance from. This is that if somebody come in and make a change to our AWS VPC, that's logged inside of the config file. So the only other thing is left to me is artifacts. Artifacts it is, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're done with that one. We're getting there. We're almost done. We're getting close anyway. All right, so 5 is networking, content delivery, CDN. That's that cloud front that delivers the content that try to get the content as close as it can to you. Usually is the edge location where it caches the content at edge location and run on. Let's see what else we got here. So let's get to the questions. Which firewall is stateful? We just said it. Which firewall is stateful and operates at the instant level? You will see that one for sure. Stateful and stateless, just know where those guys are covering. Which one is on the outside, which one is on the inside. So we're talking stateful, we know that's instance, and we know what's on the inside here. Is that talking about network ACL? That's too far out. That is a subnet. At subnet level. Are we talking about route table? We ain't doing nothing talking no routing table. Route table is set up a route address. We did the O.O.O deal to let everybody in on the public subnet. We did that. That's like 2 years ago. And internet gateway, we just need to open up a gateway so people can get in. So if it's neither one of those, then I'm thinking security group. Come on, back up.
Security group it is.
Yeah, I think it's security group. Yeah.
Because it's considered stateful.
Stateful, yeah. Just know that because you'll probably see this. Stateful is right at the instant. That's the firewall at the instant. And the network ACL then backed itself out to the subnet. You'll probably see that. So you want to know what that is. You must explicitly deny a specific IP range at the subnet level. Okay, I think I know what this is too. So now we're talking stateful and stateless. Explicitly deny a specific IP range, security group, network ACL, route table, network address translation gateway. Network address translation gateway is out. Route tables is out. I know them two is out. Security group, we just said security group is for instance, is for web application firewall. So if he's
stateful.
Yeah, so that's stateful. So I'm guessing network ACL. What are you talking? What you got?
Yeah, it's network ACL.
Yeah, network ACL, and that deny and allow. Check that out because that's going to pop up. That which one of these that just let some. I know what we were talking about. We were talking about when we let something in. Oh, yeah. the cost. Yeah, you could come in free, but you couldn't get out free. Yeah,
you gotta pay to get out.
You gotta pay to get out of that bad boy. All right, so that's what we said on the network ACL. Okay, a company wants a dedicated, private, consistent connection from its data center to AWS, not over the public internet. I think we know what this is too, because we said it kind of early up there. I want to have a dedicated, think of T1 line or whatever the case is, but I don't want to go over the internet.
So it's what you said earlier, about PGCC, the air and the gas, right? So it kind of falls in that with that question, like in that context. Okay,
I'm listening.
So a company wants a dedicated, private, consistent connection from its data center to AWS, not over. So you thinking private. So I'm thinking about the private VPN, but It could not, maybe not be the VPN. It's definitely not the internet gateway.
It ain't the gateway because that's internet.
Yeah,
And they say they don't want no internet.
yeah.
So I got that one.
So, and it's not a VPC peering. That's like you, if I remember, it's like you remotely
Yeah,
trying to get into another
yeah.
machine.
Like a network, peer-to-peer network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna say AWS Direct Connect.
I like Direct Connect too. I do like it. I also like site-to-site VPN. I tell you why. Because VPN creates that tunnel that
Right.
encrypts data from, from here to there. The
Yeah,
thing is that going from here over to the server, is it using the internet?
right,
It does everything else what they say, but do I need the internet to go VPN?
right.
I'm thinking I'm going to need the internet. But could I set up a T1 line, T3 line? I wonder, can I do that and still
Now,
be away from the
so
internet?
if you set up a T1 or T2 line, that's its own line. It's its own
That's its
designated
own line.
line.
Yeah,
It's like that's the only person on that line. And
exactly.
in order to be able to have access to that line, you will have to get permission from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
administrator. So, um, I see where you're going about the site to site,
Yeah.
but it's that in between part of, like you said, is it using the internet?
That in between. I could get Comcast or Verizon to give me a dedicated line, but even though they give me a dedicated line and no one else is on it, but am I using the internet even on the
Right.
dedicated line? That's the thing. Or do I need a physical connection? Because
Like a
that's what Direct Connect is.
like a
Direct
fiber
Connect is
cable,
giving me a physical connection,
like you need like a cat cable, fiber cable.
something. Yeah.
I'm thinking more direct.
I'm thinking I'm gonna go with direct, but I kind of like VPN. I'm just not sure. Can they set up me a VPN and not use the internet? I don't know that answer. So I'm gonna go with Direct Connect.
Hold up, no, yeah, you
You
do.
were wrong.
No, you do. No, you do use. I just realized you. I just realized something. You do use the internet when you create a VPN.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah,
You do
I'm thinking. Yeah,
because reason why I'm saying that because you use it for public, like
yeah,
you have
yeah,
the public wireless point, but when you
yeah.
have a private VPN, you still using some kind of internet.
So if Verizon set up, let's say I'm working for a Department of Energy and I'm working from home and I have the software for VPN to go into, that department. So even though they set up VPN and it's a tunnel and it's encrypted, but I'm still using the internet to get there.
Yeah, you
Okay.
still have to use the internet because once while you on the internet, you got to use your credentials in order to get onto that network.
Okay. And that's what I wasn't sure. Is there a way that they can set me up with VPN where I don't need to go through that? I wasn't sure. I'm still not sure. But I know Direct Connect, I'm connected. I'm direct
Right.
connected.
Because
So
you
I
basically the
figured,
only user on that line.
yeah. So I figured that was a safe bet here. Okay, so which AWS service provide scalable manage DNS? Okay, provide scalable manage DNS. That don't matter to me. Which service provide scalable? Scalable, we talk about scale up, scale down, elasticity, and all this kind of stuff. So CloudFront, I don't see where CloudFront has got anything to do with scalability. That's me. Amazon Route 53, mm, I don't know. Amazon VPC provides scalable VPC.
That's
If I build my VPC, say it again.
the VPC. That's part of the networking.
That's part of the network, and we build a VPC. We
Yeah,
build a subnet. We build instance. We set
yeah.
all that up. But is that AWS service providing the scalable? Is that AWS?
Not the Amazon VPC is not, and the gateway is not because that's under
API
the
gateway,
API. It's under API. What's that, management, I believe.
application program interface.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
So what about CloudFront?
CloudFront. That's
He's
the
providing the delivery network type deal.
that's what's that the CDN. What's that? The
CDN, yeah.
yeah
Cloud delivery network
yeah
going to availability zone, then going to edge location.
yeah. So it gotta be Route 53. You mentioned it, but you said it was like one of those you'll see it get mentioned and then you don't really be using it too much, I guess.
Yeah. I would go with I would go with Route 53, but I probably wouldn't be using this first part. The reason why I would go with Route 53 because it said DNS.
Right, the domain.
Yeah, managed DNS. This would throw me. I'm like, okay, I could pick some other things just to say, provide scalable or scalability. But to say managed DNS, you got to be talking Route 53.
Because doesn't it control like the traffic?
Yeah, Route 53, yeah, you can set it up where like you can do load balance and all that in Route 53. You can do a few things in it. We don't talk too much about it here, but Route 53 plays a big role. Yeah. That's my guess.
That's mine.
That was the right guess. All right, how does a resource in a private subnet reach? Oh, I think we know this. How does a resource in a private subnet reach the internet for updates without being publicly reachable? So, we created a public subnet and we
Yep,
created a private subnet.
yep.
So, how do the private get out and get its update without people knowing who they are? That's what it's saying. So, process of elimination, edge location, don't have anything to do with no edge location because we're not
Nope,
talking about CDN. We're not talking about CloudFront. Edge
nope.
location is out. Internet gateway, I'm going to put them in my back pocket, but I got a reason for putting him there. Network address translation, I kind of like him. I kind of
Yeah,
like him.
that's what I'm leaning on.
Security group, he's out because we're talking firewall. We're
Yep,
not talking firewall here. We're talking about how can I get out without people identifying who I am and
yeah,
sneak back in without anybody knowing who I am.
yeah.
So the internet gateway lets me out, but I've got to go through public to get through the internet gateway.
To get into like private if you
To
want.
get into, if I'm private, I got to go through public and hit the internet gateway to get out. But
Mm,
what is going to let me out of here?
yeah,
Network address translation, it takes a private IP address and convert it into a public IP address. Then I can go through gateway and get out.
yeah,
So my best guess would be NAT gateway
yeah. That's what I'm leaning on.
based on what I'm seeing here. That's so, yeah, NAT gateway. All right, what do we got? One or two more? Are we getting there? Okay. Compute. Okay. So we got compute. All right, compute is pretty much it's a service. And really, when we did compute, we did EC2 when we launched an instance. So on demand, we know what on demand is now. We know what reserve is. Now all these are like different discount prices. Comes with we know what spot is that once all of the on demand people run, then the spot people's left, they get the cheapest thing. And of course, dedicated host, we know what that is. That when we create the instance, we can go with the tenant thing, or we can go with dedicated host. That's just more money. And auto scaling and ELB, elastic load balance. We didn't do load balance yet. Auto scaling is nothing more than just that. Scale up, scale down. When you need service, I give it to you. When you no longer need it, I bring it back. Elastic load balance, that's the same thing. All right, so serverless, Lambda. All Lambda is just I have some small code. I don't need your big beanstalk. I don't need your Aurora. I need something simple. Let me run this code, give me my output, and let me run. I could run Lambdas. You hear word talk about serverless and for Lambda. Yeah, moving on. Container. Container is I want to run a Windows, I want to run a Linux, I want to run a Ubuntu. I want to run several applications doing several API calls or in several different languages. So what do you have AWS for me to use? Well, I could call you every time one finished. You can then run the other one, or we can do a container deal. So in containers, all it is that I'm gonna build a library for each application, build a library for the next application, and build it. That's container. Where that way you don't have to be there when they call you, so you run the next one. You can stack everything in a package deal and run it in container. That's just the basic. And all you need is the basic for that. All right, I won't go through these. The same thing, the spot. We just talked about those and some of the other one here as far as reserve. We know what that is. And Lambda, we just said, this is out there for you to take a look at. We don't want to just keep beating the dead horse to death. The 3-year deal, we know about the reserves and run some code and what's called Lambda. Let's get to the question. All right, which EC2 purchasing option offers the deepest discount? Oh, I think I might have a clue here. Deepest discount, but can be interrupted with short notice. Big discount, but oh yeah, I've got to stop your application. We got Dominique just came in, so Herman, I was running you pretty. You was doing good there, homeboy. But all of a sudden, I had a demand customer come in, so I got to put your application on hold, run theirs, then I'll start yours back up. I think everybody know what that is, right?
Yep, I know that one.
Spot instance.
Yep.
Yeah, spot is that, I want the best price and I got time. I'm not in no hurry. Run it whenever you can run it.
Right.
I'm trying to save some money. Okay, a predictable workload run 24/7 for 3 years. Okay, I think we know what this is too.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, 3 years, which option minimize cost. So Amazon say the more you commit yourself, the more discount I give you. If you want to reserve some time, I'll give you a bigger discount. So that's what he's saying there. So on demand, it wouldn't be the answer. On demand is the highest thing you got.
It would be reserve instance and saving plans.
Yeah, I agree with you. Spot instant wouldn't be. Dedicated definitely wouldn't be. I would go with reserve also. Okay, which service runs your code without provisioning or managing anything? Something pops to mind. I ain't got to do them, just throw this code in there and sit back and it spit out my finals. Amazon EC2, we're not talking about launching no instance, so we ain't talking about EC2. Beanstalk, Beanstalk definitely ain't gonna see some service run your code without provision. Beanstalk, you're gonna do some work, so it ain't gonna be no throw your code in. Well, it depends on how I read this here. I better read it again, right?
I mean, it could fall under Beanstalk.
It could fall under Beanstalk. Really? It could.
Beanstalk have some limitations that Lambda don't have.
When it says run your code without provisioning or managing any servers, that's not going to be Beanstalk.
No, it has to be Lambda.
Yeah, just that little part there. I was doing good there for a second, but when it says without provisioning, which means that you don't do anything. With Beanstalk, you got to do something.
Yes, because Lambda, if I remember when you went over the PowerPoint, you had mentioned it being like a serverless compute service.
Yeah.
Falls under for Lambda, so
I would go with Lambda. I would go with Lambda in this case. Beanstalk can do some things. There are some times that you don't have, but to say without provisioning and managing at any time, I kind of like what it's saying. Without any time, I don't go with Beanstalk on that one, so I'm gonna go with Lambda on this one.
And another reason why it wouldn't been Beanstalk, Professor, because it didn't give no word and didn't give a word like deployment or deploy.
Girl, you better get out of here. Okay.
I'm just saying that's why
you are right.
That's why
you are right.
It could have been Beanstalk, but it didn't give that other word to say yes, it would be Beanstalk.
And usually with Beanstalk, it'll say something like limited control.
Yeah.
API call, then you know it's talking Beanstalk.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we got here, what is the primary job of elastic load balance? Oh, I think we got that. So elastic load balance, what's the purpose of having a load balance? That's what it's saying.
Um.
Add and remove instant
Well.
automatically.
Well. The primary job load. Elastic loading balancing.
Let me help you out. Let me get
Um.
rid of something for you for sure.
Okay.
Add and
So
remove instant automatically out.
yeah.
He's out. Cache DNS record out. Now you can work with the rest.
Let me see.
So elastic load balance. Just think of the word load balance, really.
Okay.
So
Load
what is load balance doing? It's controlling
Oh,
something, right?
okay. Oh, okay. Now okay, I think I
Okay,
got
that light bulb up.
it. Okay, I think I got it. So
Okay.
would it be will it be distributing the incoming traffic?
I like that better. I like that better than store object durability. I don't like that myself. Store object durability. I don't, I mean, could I make an argument with that? Not
Because
really.
because I'm
Store, the word store is wrong
right,
for load balance.
right,
Even though load balance is splitting the load and going to different, but to say it that way wouldn't, to me, it don't fit.
right. So
So
and it wouldn't be add or remove instances because
no, that one is out. And DNS is out.
yeah,
So
so
load balance is about distributing load traffic
yeah,
and keeping, when they say healthy target, so that I don't overwhelm one server, keep it healthy. So
right.
split this load, split this traffic up. That's my best guess too. Let's see how we write. Hey, how about that? Okay, so which option lets you run containers? Oh, we may have this without managing the underlying EC2 instance. I think we got that. Well, maybe not. I'm looking at the answer. It's not something we really talked about that much.
Um,
Which option lets you run containers without managing? Yeah, underlying the EC2 instance. I think I might know what it's talking about. You might not know this. This goes a little bit further than something we've talked about right now. There is something called a light sail, and there is something called a Fargate. It's going to be between one of those two. We really hadn't gotten into that. So I know just from knowing that containers and Fargate works together. And I
okay.
think that's what it's saying here, that run containers. So that just I'm thinking that Fargate is what it's talking about here. We are going to mention Fargate in passing a little later on. Light sail is another one. Could be, but I don't think it is in this case. We know Beanstalk is out. We know EC2 is out. So it's
Yeah.
either Fargate or light sail. And my
I
best guess is Fargate.
yeah, I was gonna guess Fargate.
Yeah, that's my
I was guessing that one just to guess
yeah.
because the
I'm
other
a,
two had already been taken out, and
yeah,
between the light sail and Fargate, I was thinking,
yeah.
uh,
You're gonna hear Fargate and container in the next week. We got one more week
okay,
left
okay,
in next week. So I'm gonna guess Fargate. That's my guess. Yeah. You in over on AWS, it mentioned these guys, how that when you're packaging the application, how
mm,
Fargate plays a part. We don't talk about it that much because it really picks up, and when they start building on the foundation and architect solution, that's when
oh,
Fargate, them guys come into play. All right, that
okay,
one's gone. Okay, so we got storage. We just had storage, so block storage, object storage, and that inferior storage and all that kind of stuff. Something we just did a few minutes ago. Ask some of it. We'll pick up the questions here. Which storage type is block level? And attaches to a single EC2 instance. Oh, that's maybe I may even know this answer. How about this? Which storage type is block level? Is it S3? Is it EBS? Is it EFS? Is it Glacier? I think we know that, right? S3 is not block. You know, File is not block, and Glacier is not block. So I'm guessing. Elastic block storage is what I'm thinking. Especially when it said I can attach it to a single instance. That's another giveaway for me. So I'm going with this guy here.
Yeah, Amazon, EBS, yep.
Yeah, early when you saw me create the instance, then you saw me create a block storage, you saw me attach it,
Yeah.
then you saw why I crashed the instance and the block storage survived. That's kind of what
Hmm.
it's saying there, yeah. All right, which service provides a shared file system that many EC2 instances can mount at the same time? What is it talking about? Provide a shared file. Oh, well, I think I might know now. Where many EC2 instances can mount at the same time. I think I know what it's talking about.
File system,
So
right?
what is it?
They're talking about the file system, right?
That's what I'm thinking. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking the
When it
last
said
file.
multiple instances can access at the same time?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
thinking Amazon Elastic File System.
I'm thinking too. Yeah, that'd be my guess also. All righty, so for rarely accessed archive data where retrieval can take hours and cost is priority, okay, we know what that is. That I must be putting this stuff somewhere in S3 where, I got to let them know what the retrieval time is, 15 minutes, 15 hours, 48 hours, whatever the case is. So access data retrieval, we know, I think you know what it is. What are we talking? Wait, let me see what time they said. They give, can take hours. Okay, I better look at that because how many hours are they talking about? And cost is priority. So I'm gonna put these two together. Hours and cost is priority. So I want the best cost. I don't care about the hours. Now I can kind of wrap it in my little brain. Okay. So S3 standard, probably out. That's the highest one.
No,
Standard infrequently accessed? I don't think so. If I'm looking for the best cost and I'm got to give you hours. Here, I don't have to give you anything. It's just infrequently accessed. I'm still paying a regular price. It's
mhm,
just that I don't use it as much. So that's not going to work without giving you time. Deep archive, we definitely got to give it some time there. Intelligent tiering, you don't do anything anyway. It handles everything for you. So I think we know what the rest is. So it got to be deep archive. Now,
it is.
if this had been flexible, they probably would have said something different in hours because there are more than just a deep archive. You can do an archive where you can get it out in like 5 or 10 minutes. That's a different
Mhm.
kind of archive. But when they said take hours without naming any hours and cost is priority, now I'm saying I'm going to save money. I don't care about the hour. So deep dive this bad boy. That's what I think it's saying. Yeah. Okay. So access pattern are unknown and change over time. Which S3 class automatically optimize cost? So the pattern changes over time. Automatic optimize cost. Let me look at something here now. Okay. S3. Okay. Automatically optimize cost. Oh, maybe I might know what he's talking about. S3 standard, one zone, intelligent tiering, glacier. Process of elimination, let me see something here. It says the pattern are unknown and changes over time. Well, we're not talking glacier, because we ain't talking about no deep dive. We're not even talking standard. Not if it's saying the pattern change. Standard is predictable. It doesn't change. I know what it's going to do. One zone, maybe kind of, but probably no. That's my guess. One zone, I just don't want to put my stuff in 3S3. I just want to put it in one zone so I can save money. So intelligent tiering, this is a pattern change service. He's looking at how I'm putting things and where I'm putting, what did I do today? What did I do Monday? What am I doing? Whatever. And he, based on what I'm doing, he's going to try to move things around because the pattern is changing and save me money. My best guess, come on back up. My best guess is intelligent tiering.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I would guess on that one. Amazon S3 is designed for how many? Nine and durability. Yeah, we all know that one, right?
11.
11 nines for durability. Yeah. Okay, that one's gone. Let's see here. All right, we're getting close here. Database. We just did database, what, yesterday, the day before yesterday, database. So we got RDS, relational database service. And let me keep it clean. RDS just means that, that there are fields, there are relational fields. I can do an SQL and query from these fields. It's a relational database. It's not non-relational, it's relational. Just do that part and leave it alone. So if I'm trying to run RDS does a whole bunch of other things, patching other things too. But I'm just saying when it says relational database, that if it says no SQL, I wouldn't be using RDS. But since it's my SQL, I know that it's a relational database. And some of these databases we want to talk like Maria and Oracle and some of these we won't talk about. But RDS, I think we know that. Aurora, we know that we talk about Aurora. That's the 800-pound gorilla that Amazon built from scratch to compete with commercial databases out there. This guy, some of the big giveaways is that this guy is 5 times faster and you can get it at 1/10 of a cost of your commercial database. Those are the hooks on that one if you get some kind of question. DynamoDB, no SQL. That's a giveaway, which means this database is not relational. It's a non-relational database. They say the word serverless, but serverless is not a hook for me because Lambda is serverless. And I can use some other serverless. But when they say no SQL, that'll get me. Also things like single digit millisecond, that gets me too on a non-relational database for DB. Redshift, I got to be thinking about analytics, business intelligence, business. That it's a huge warehouse of data, big data, something that need to be analyzed. I need this big gorilla up here to go and do that for analytics for the most part. Elastic Care DMS, I'm not going to touch that. That's some cache and stuff we're doing. Go down here. I'm gonna leave this to you to look at. Same thing we just said: multi-availability zone, high availability, disaster recovery, and all these guys. We'll just go right on down to the question: which feature provides automatic failover, high availability for an RDS database? Which feature, let's see here, which feature provide automatic failover? Okay, so it's telling me that if something failed, then there's an automatic failover. So let me do a process of elimination here, get rid of some of these things. Multi-AZ deployment for failover. I can't fail over different availability zone. I can, but I don't think we've talked about that in here. So I think he's out. Elastic cache, automatic failover, elastic cache. Elastic cache is just telling me elasticity and I'm in high availability for relational database. I don't think elastic cache fit this. Automatic backup feature provide automatic failover. I like automatic backup a little bit here, high availability for RDS database. Okay, I'm gonna put that in my pocket. Read replication. I think I'm gonna take read replication too far here, but in read replication and automatic failover, can I attach these two together? Read replication and automatic failover, high availability. This is what my hook is now, is high availability. I have this at my high availability. All right, let me look at something here. Read replication, multi-availability on deployment. Now, when you talk about high availability, multi-availability zone, I like the multi-availability zone, but I don't think I can do a failover across multi-availability zone. What
Yes,
about
you can.
elastic? Hmm?
Yes, you can.
You can? All
Okay.
right.
So
Let me,
I'll break it down. Uh,
okay. Okay.
so it would actually be multi-AZ deployment because when you look at
Okay.
it, for instance, if something like if the primary like database unfortunately like fail,
Crash. Okay.
right? So then the RDS will back up like automatically with like fail as well.
Fell over, yeah, for RDS.
But when the RDS fail, it will go into like the standby mode, if that
Okay,
makes sense.
okay,
And also um the multi-AZ deployment also is considered a standby database anyway.
okay, okay,
So when you look at that, it's also it also um deals with the high availability.
So is that the same as when
It
I
don't
put,
deal it deals with the high availability. It's not on it don't deal with like what the videos say, like the scaling, I believe.
okay, is that the same when it says high availability? Is that the same that when I put data in one S3, it get replicated across different availability zone?
In a sense, yes.
Okay,
It's
so
it
if I,
kind of it kind of like makes a dupe.
okay,
If
so it's so what you're saying is that if this crashes in one AZ, the other AZ is covering it.
it will cover, but then it will also fail as well. And when it fail, it put it into like this standby like mode, if that makes
Okay,
sense.
okay, okay, makes sense. I think what I was looking at was that I can't read across different availability zones, but I think the way this is reading is saying, I'm not saying reading guy, I'm saying if I fail, then what's the best one of these if I fail? If I look at it from S3's perspective and my data is across multiple availability zones, then it makes sense if I look at it that way, but I'm lost. Okay. But it does, if I look at it that way, this makes better sense.
But you
Read rep.
also, not to cut you off, Professor,
No, go ahead.
you also was right what you said about it replicates. It do.
Yeah.
Because what happens is, like you just said, it basically replicates, duplicates.
Yeah.
So it's like in networking in a sense. You know,
Yeah.
when when you send a MAC address through the network, and,
Okay.
and then let's say when it's supposed to get to the end user and the end user don't accept it or it don't
Okay.
connect, what happens?
Okay.
It bounce back.
Okay.
It bounce
Okay.
back will just send you like a failed message type of
Okay. Yeah.
situation. So you was right about the
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So then, yeah, then looking at it from that perspective, yeah, then AZ would be because like you just said, you put something in one S3, it replicated across three zones.
hmm
So if it's reading it from that perspective, yeah, I probably process of elimination. I don't think auto backup. Let me think about auto backup. Auto backup and failover. No, the auto backup have anything to do with failover. Rereplication, rereplication, rereplication. I'm trying to put it in a whole different context here. Elastic cache as far as failover, Alaska have anything to do with failover. Elastic cache is pretty much, you're storing. So then re-replication and AZ would be the two I'd have to choose from. And if I had to, I would be a little afraid to choose this, but I think I wouldn't have a choice but to choose it because when we're talking about failover, like you just said, data is in three different places.
right.
So this would make sense for failover.
Yeah.
We'll go with it. I really didn't know whether to go with read replication or failover. Read replication don't have anything to do with failover, but I choked.
Right. I got you, Professor.
Okay. To offload heavy read traffic from a relational database, what do you do? Or what do you add?
See,
What's
now
that?
the answer you were saying in the other one
I know what you're
fit this one.
saying. I know what
Now
you're saying. I
now
know. Yeah. Yeah. So
these replicas really
yeah.
fit in this one for
Fit
sure.
more than this one. Yeah, we know Redshift is out. Ain't got to
Yeah.
do no Redshift. What is this thing? More backups?
No.
Offload more backup? No. When we're talking about heavy load and relational database, what do you add? Well, hold on. Let me see before I say that now. Offload heavy. traffic from relational database, I would probably be looking for something more like a load balance than more backup. Redshift is out. Read replication. I like that. Multi-AZ standby for heavy traffic from a relational database. AZ is out. So AZ is out. Backup is out. So and Redshift is out. I know Redshift is out. So the only logical choice for me here would be read replication.
Yep.
Okay, so which
It handles heavy load.
and then had the heavy load, yeah, the read replication, yeah. And which service is a fully managed serverless, no SQL? That tells me something without looking. No SQL key value database. I ain't got to even look then. when it said no SQL key value database, do anybody have any doubts about what it's talking about?
It's DynamoDB.
Yeah, because this is relational database, this is relational database, these are relational database. So when it said no SQL, it's talking about a non-relational database, so it got to be DB. Okay, so a company needs petabytes. That right there is a giveaway for me almost. Let me read the rest. Need petabyte scale analytics. It didn't give me another hook. And complex query, it just keep giving me hooks. I mean, it just said, if you don't get this right, you need to just don't teach no more. Over data warehouse. Oh boy, warehouse, give me some more. It just threw all kinds of numbers at me. I don't have no doubt. I'm seeing anybody else have any doubt. I don't have no doubt what it's talking about, who he's talking about. Analytics, complete complex, warehouse, petabytes. I mean, do I need anything else?
No, the answer right there, yep.
Yeah, it's Redshift. Yeah. That's a dead giveaway. Okay, a speed up repeated read query using an in-memory cache. Okay, which service? Okay, for what is that? Repeated read in-memory cache.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, a speed up repeated. Because I'm thinking of something else here, but I think I know what it's talking about.
Well, we
All right,
know
so
it's not Redshift,
I
Professor.
know it's not Redshift, and it can't be Redshift. Also, I know it's not RDS either.
Yeah, I was about to say it's
No,
not RDS.
not RDS and not Redshift. Elastic Cache, I kind of like that.
I'm
DMS.
thinking, I'm looking at my notes.
Okay.
I'm from the video. I'm thinking Elastic Cache because of Elastic Cache being able to store the data in the memory
Okay. Yeah.
for
That's what cache is all about.
faster access to
Mm-hmm.
reduce database load.
What is DMS?
DMS is let me flip my page. Hold on. Give me a sec, Professor.
Okay, give you a second. I know
Little.
one DMS, but it's not that one. I know not
Oh,
here at AWS now.
that's the migration.
Oh, data migration service.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
that's the database migration.
Okay. Yeah.
That
Okay. Gotcha.
consists, that deals with like the support of all the
Yeah.
like the SQL servers, the migration of like Oracle SQL server.
Yeah. And earlier when we said something about direct connect, that's a type of migration.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and migration, the data that's being migrated between
Yeah.
like different databases.
And also from on-premise to AWS. Yeah. Data
Yeah,
migration. So read queries using in-memory. Yeah. The in-memory itself speaks cache.
yeah,
Yeah, in-memory itself speaks because that's what cache is, a temporary holding space. So my best guess would be elastic cache.
yeah. Because the only time we will use the DMS unless you are like moving the databases
Yeah,
around.
yeah. You need to get some data from on-premise to
Yeah,
AWS. And I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if we even got to that part yet. They have something called that big 18-wheeler deal. I'm trying to think of the name of it when you're moving data. Oh boy. Oh man, I just had it. Let me move on. It'll come back to me. Yeah, how you can move data. Just Snowball.
yeah.
Yeah, you can do a snowball like AWS will send you a box out. You can load the data and then you can ship it back, or they can bring the 18 wheel out as a mobile snowball
Right.
and all that. That's a whole nother day. Okay, so last one. I went to last one. Okay, well, the last one is just a drill. Okay, did I do what I do on this here? Or I did just a fire. I think I did a couple of drills. That's good. Okay, good. The last one just so the last one we did was database. That was yesterday. So we did database last one. So this is just a couple of questions here I threw in here. A company wants to stop maintaining physical data center and pay only for resources it used. Which cloud benefit is this? Okay, I think we know that. Stop using routers and switches in the rack and pay only for the resources it's used. So we got this. What is this here?
Would
Process
it
of
be
elimination?
would it be
Well,
the
D is out. We know that.
would it be like the trade capital expenses for variable
I
expenses?
like that. I do like that. Increase speed, agility. I don't think increase because it said maintain physical data center. So I don't think speed is, I think speed and D is out completely. Go global in minutes ain't gonna do with going global in minutes. Not read like this here. So yeah, trading capital expense for variable expense. Trading capital mean that instead of paying money to buy these racks, buy these servers, buy these switches and all this here, and doing that guessing, you know, it says something about stop guessing. Instead of doing that, what a variable is, I only use 20 minutes, I only pay for 20 minutes. That's a variable. I only use one server, I only pay for one server. So that would be my guess too, is capital expense for what you call. Okay, which AWS support plan, back to the plan again, is the lowest tier that includes, hey, that TAM, that a TAM is, I think we answered that a few minutes ago, right?
Yeah.
That's the enterprise ramp.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the one I didn't know. To survive the failure of a single data center, how should you deploy your application? Oh, I might know that. Let's see, can I figure this out? Of a single data, why would I put my stuff in a single data center? I guess I could. And how would should you deploy your application? Let's see. Across multiple edge location? No,
Mm-mm.
edge location is content delivery network. It's trying to get something close to me. Don't have anything to do with a single data center and if trying to deploy something. In multiple region only, let's see here, failure of a single data center. It didn't say failure of a region, it said failure of a single data center. So I'm gonna put that in my back pocket. Across multiple AZs, I like that one, and on a dedicated host. So my best guess is C.
Yep. That's
That's
the
my best guess. Based on the other ones, they just don't fall in anyway. But if I got which we already know that once you put your data in S3, it replicates across three availability zone anyway. That's
yeah.
what I'm thinking of. All right, so under the shared responsibility model, who is responsible for patching? We already know that. Who's
Yep.
for patching the guest or operating system? Is it me, you, who? is it,
The customer.
is it a split? Is it a
No,
customer? Is
it's
it
the customer.
AWS?
It's the customer. The
Is it
customer
customer?
is the
Yeah.
one who's responsible.
Yeah, for anything that you could guess got to be inside of your VPC. So you're responsible for that. You need an explicit deny rule. Now, this one can be a little tricky. Explicit deny rule to block a specific IP range at a subnet level. Okay. This come back down somewhat to that stateful and stateless start to play a part here. So
Oh, we had that one earlier, Professor.
I know we did. So I mean, you're going to answer this.
To the network ACL.
Is it network ACL?
Yeah.
Okay, why you say network versus security?
Well, because the network operates more on a subnet level.
You go, girl. And security operates where?
And security is the stateful.
For what? Who's security protecting?
Um, shucks, I had it. It's
I'm about to write your certification soon. You answer that question. One
uh
protect D, and the other one protect D.
see,
One of them is inside. One of them is
one is
outside.
out, yeah.
Stateful is where?
So
It's stateful in or out,
Stateful supports the in
which is protecting who?
um oh
If he's in, just think of the VPC.
yeah,
Who's out? Subnet is out, right?
yeah, subnet is the
And who's in?
outside and the
Instance.
instance. Yeah,
Yeah. Security protect
the
instance
instance.
and what you call protect, what you call. So you're saying here that since it's subnet, you're saying NAT ACL
Yeah.
all day long. Yeah. So what you call stateful protect the instance
Yeah.
and stateless protect the
I need to put that
subnet.
I need to put that in my notes.
You got it. I like what I'm hearing, and you're preparing for that cert. I know you are. So you're doing your homework, and that's what you got to do to go do that cert. You got to watch those things. You got to make them notes. You got to go over them and over and over them. But
Yeah.
and you go there and pass that thing with no problem. Which EC2 purchasing option best fit a fault tolerance batch job that can tolerate interruption at the lowest cost? Let's see here. What is it saying? Fault tolerant batch job that can tolerate interruption at the lowest cost. At the lowest cost, let me see something.
By instance.
Fault tolerance batch job. Make sure I get this. Make sure I understand what it's saying. And tolerate. Oh, okay. Tolerate interruption. Okay. I'm starting now to see what it's talking about. That I don't mind being interrupted. You know, I got a batch job. Take your time. If you have to interrupt me, go ahead and interrupt me. Now I'm gonna see what the answers are. On demand wouldn't be it. On demand, you don't interrupt anything. That's the
No.
highest pay, what you call. Reserve wouldn't be it because reserve, you still in demand. You just saving money by doing 1 to 3 years. So you don't have to, you're not being interrupted there. Spot and dedicated host. Dedicated host, you know that wouldn't be. It's dedicated, so it got to be spot.
Yeah,
That's my best guess anyway.
it's spot.
Okay, spot it is. All right, so the workload need storage that many EC2 instance can mount and share at the same time. I think I might know what this is. So I can mount some storage on the EC2 instance and share them at the same time. What do you think? The word share kind of give me a little hook here. I can share it at the same time. I can mount it, plus I can share it. I think that's a giveaway.
Would it be the Amazon EFS?
It ain't Glacier?
No. No. Amazon EFS.
Yeah, I'm thinking EFS too, because if it's talking about sharing, I can't share EBS.
No.
And you definitely ain't gonna share Glacier.
No.
And what is Instant Store? Now, can I share it? What is Instant Store? Instant Store is part of the instant. That's what they call it, inferior or whatever you call it. It's built inside of the instant. Can I share that?
No.
I don't think so. Well, I don't think it's what it's talking about.
No, I don't think you can share it at all.
Most of the time, not all the time, when they talk about storage and sharing, they're talking about file system most of the time. Okay. So that would be my guess. That would be my guess. Which database service is a fully managed serverless? Here's the key: no SQL. I ain't got to even read no more. And single digit millisecond. We've heard that 1,000 times. But when it says serverless and no SQL, that tells me one thing, that this database is not relational.
DynamoDB.
All day long. All day long. You need high availability with automatic failovers for a relational database. What do you enable? Oh, what do I need? Okay, I could think of some couple of things looking here. Intelligent tiering is out. We're not doing intelligent tiering. I'm trying to have high availability on failover. What can I turn on? What can I connect? What can I toggle that in a high availability situation, and I got things crashing on me in a relational database, and don't forget that, what can I enable? Okay, here we go. So elastic cache, kind of maybe no, probably. Read replication, hey, okay, okay. Multi-AZ deployment, you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah,
about failover.
Yeah, it is, because it handles the deployment
Yeah.
of that's the deployments in the database.
Yeah.
And
I would probably go with Delson because Elastic Cache, if it's not talking about memory, then I'd probably say Elastic Cache, but it's talking about failover.
and
Something is failing, and where do I have my data, and where else do I have my data?
yeah, and
So
also too, Professor, when any kind of failover occurs, it normally happens in the primary database.
in the primary data, exactly. Yeah, for AWS, yeah. So you're talking ahead of us now.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no, you good. I would guess this here too. That'd be my guess. That'd be my for this case here. Which tool lets you set a custom alert when your monthly spend exceed a threshold? I think I
Yep,
might know what this talking about.
that's easy peasy.
Is it easy peasy?
Mm-hmm.
I give it to us.
I mentioned it earlier. It's the budgets
I think you did mention it earlier. Yeah,
because
I would probably say budget too, so that make sure I don't go over my monthly spending.
yep,
Cost Explorer is talking about, what is it going to cost me to do whatever.
yeah,
Cost and user report, we're talking about a
more
report that is
detail.
generated out for me. Pricing calculation is not for protect me against spending over the month.
That's
So
more the future.
yeah, I would say budget would be my guess too. Budget it is. Guess what? We're budget out of here. Let's see. I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me look at something else. That's the set. There is a full cloud practitioner study series at DigitalEdgePrep.com. Stay tuned. There's a lot more to come.